Hello, and welcome to the Three Stitches podcast. I'm your host for this beautiful Monday morning, Niddle here. This is episode 74, and it is Monday. Henceforth, you're seeing me. Beautiful. It's going to get hot, though. It's going to get hot. We had beautiful weather for, 3-4 days. Nice, snuggly weather. And so, of course, we're going to pay for it with hot water. Hot weather. This is a knitting podcast, so I should get right to it. Because we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about and to show. Lindsay will be podcasting Friday and Catherine on Wednesday. Seeing that I'm the only one home and all the blankets come here, I am the one that gets to show them off. I am going to start with the Preemie stuff first, okay? Because I'm just so darn excited to show you. Now, in no particular order, okay, this is not the order that it came in, but this is the order that I have everything arranged in, so this is how you're getting it, okay? I'm not showing any preferential treatment whatsoever. Okay, this blanket came from Melissa, who is mostly Munchies. I love it. This one, I'm putting the tags back in, but this is an adorable. So, here you go. Take a look. Isn't it pretty? Now, I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see the stitch because I think she did a lovely, lovely job. See, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a great job? I absolutely love it. Okay, I know Catherine watched the podcast. She should. I bet you she's looking like, oh, I can do that. And she's writing it down very quickly. So, there you go. This is going to go back. So that's Melissa. And her name has been entered into the drawing. All taken care of. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I'm kind of claustrophobic right now because there's so much around me. In a good way. Okay. A little stooping, I'm sorry. We're going to go to this one next because I want that one last. This one is from D. Knit Stuff. Okay. D. Her name is Deidre. So pretty. So pretty. Very delicate. Oh my goodness. Very, very delicate. So isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Now, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit. Deirdre, you do a wonderful job. Beautiful job. I take my hat off to you because this is a lot of work, but the results are absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So you get 2 thumbs up, my dear. Beautiful work. So this is going to go back into her box. I'm trying to keep everything in boxes and, that come in. Lindsay's bedroom has been taken over for the Preemie blankets, so I'm keeping everything organized in there. If she makes an emergency trip home, I am so dead. But I don't think she's going to. Okay. So that's blanket number 2. This. You can't look at that yet. Okay, a little while ago, I got a message from a crocheter. And she says, I have 2 blankets ready to go, but my mom crochets around flannel. Would that be okay? Now, I thought it would be okay, but I really had to check with the hospital because a lot of these babies are on ventilators, and the fuzz from the flannel might interfere. Put the call in. Nurse, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. And she's like, oh, I'll get an answer for you. I can't say yes or no, but I have to talk to the doctor in charge. And I said, oh, cool, not a problem. A week went by. And I was kind of getting nervous because I didn't get a call back. And, I have somebody waiting for an answer. and I get a call, and she was kind of laughing. I didn't recognize the voice, right off, and normally I do. And she goes, "Mrs. K?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "The doctor said it'd be great, and we'd be happy to have the flannel." I said, "Wonderful." And she goes, he just had to talk to his mom and to see what you were talking about. A doctor called his mom up and said, "I don't understand what this is." And his mom had to explain to him that it's a piece of flannel and it's crocheted around. And apparently there was a lunch involved. I think he took his mom out to lunch. Well, he should. He should take his mom out to lunch. And she talked it over with him, and, he found some flannel, and he looked it over, and he doesn't think there's a problem. So we have a new avenue, okay? I should have thought of this on my own, but I didn't. We have another avenue. So we can have a knit blanket, a crocheted blanket, or a flannel blanket that's been crocheted around. And I got some blankets in the mail. I want to show you something, okay? Because I don't do this when I used to crochet around blankets. You see that edge? It's curved. So this beautiful crocheter took the sharp edge off. Look at that. I know it's looking at detail, and maybe I shouldn't look at it so closely. But small things like that just knock my socks off. Isn't that beautiful? Now we have the pink one. Did I show you the edging? Let me see if I showed you the edging. Isn't that a beautiful edging? I'm going to flip this down. There you go. Okay. Now look at that. I have to tell you, this is not a 5-minute crochet. This takes some time, because you have to pierce the flannel. And this is a very dense, a very tightly woven flannel. You have to pierce it, and you have to do a single crochet. Let me see if I can reverse it. Okay, you have to do a single crochet all the way around. And then you have to come back around, and you have to do the border. And look at the border. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So these blankets are going to be entered. They're beautiful. And I think when I'm up against it to do Preemie blankets, when this Preemie blanket drive is all over, yeah, I'm going to be doing this. Because I have a flannel stash. Yeah, and I have this fabric itself. But once again, take a look. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. Don't you just love it? This blows my socks off. We haven't gotten a blanket yet that I haven't looked at and went, wow. Not one. I'll take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, of course, I need to go and look in Hobby Lobby or anywhere that sews thread, because I need this crochet cotton in my stash. I mean, look at, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. There's 3. There you go. Oh, I forgot to tell you who these came from. This came from Beth, and she's Double Stars on Ravelry. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now these are the ones that she crocheted. So these are what her mom crocheted. Okay, this is, my goodness, take a look at this. Can you see? Oh my goodness, you can. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Can't you just see a baby all wrapped up and snuggly in there? I can. I so can. And this one just looks plain B fun. Doesn't this look like a whole lot of fun? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? There is some baby going to be wrapped up in this and just have a big old smile on their face. And there's going to be a mom or a dad wrapped up right along with them. Beautiful. Beautiful job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Put these all, organize them just a little bit. Yes, I know, I'm stooping. I apologize. But sometimes when you got all this stuff around you, you got to. Okay, now, yes, there's a scratch there. Yeah. I was a launching pad for a cat. Our cat's been kind of adventurous lately, and she wanted to get up on the entertainment center, and I guess I wasn't lifting her here fast enough. Rip, and it's like, yow! Okay. Am I done with the preemie stuff yet? No. Last week, I got a message from Silver Pumpkin, and she said, would you mind if I sent a prize for the preemie drive? And I'm like, mind? No, I wouldn't mind. Yes, 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 yes. Did the happy dance. And this came like in 2 days. Super fast service. With Silver Pumpkin, I got to tell you, super fast. Absolutely super fast. She included 3 tags with the stamps on it for our daughter Rachel. And Rachel is not a big reader. She doesn't like reading. But she saw those tags and her eyes got wide. And she tucked one, the one with the mice on it, she tucked one in her book right away. And she read the whole entire book from front to back. Good thing it was Garfield. She read it. She read. I'm happy. Happy mom. So thank you, Melissa and Faye. You made my daughter really, really happy. Thank you. Now, I promised Silver Pumpkin, I said, I'm not opening it until I get on the podcast. So here I am. Do you know how hard this was not to open it up and take a look at it? It's extremely hard. So, see? Yeah. So we're looking at this together. How's that? Isn't that cute? Can you see? Okay, I gotta get it all the way up. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? But take a look at this. Take a look at that. There's a little crochet hook. It's an emergency crochet hook. What crocheter doesn't need that? And look at the beads. Aren't they cute? That's a stitch marker, and there's a bead on there. Isn't that cute? And there's another stitch marker. Oh, yay. Now there's a latch hook, so you could use this to mark your row. Isn't that ingenious? Oh my goodness. There's stuff in here. Oh my goodness. There's some sweets. And look, there is a Wolf Farm lip balm. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's bubblegum. Isn't that clever? Isn't that the cleverest thing ever? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And stitch markers. Oh, I had never seen a safety pin that's pink. Look at that. Look at the stitch markers. Yay. And they're all in here, and there's, this is Rachel's favorite all-time stamp. This is little mice. Yay! That's Rachel. Rachel loves the mice. She does. She loves the mice. I don't know if she likes mice in real life, but she likes them on a stamp. Aren't these nice? Aren't these a nice touch? Yay! I'll read it to you. Knitting keeps us from unraveling. Yeah, it does. At least this knitter. Okay, so there's a lot of goodies in here. So thank you, Silver Pumpkin, and mostly munchies. You guys are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tuck this back in. I showed you one side. Look at the frog. Isn't he cute? Look at the frog. I'm not even a frog person, but he's cute. He's cute. Okay, so here's a prize. Jam-packed with a crochet hook. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you. So there is a prize. It's going into the prize box. Okay, and we'll be drawing for it October 14th. Woo! Yay! There we go. Okay. Once again, this is a knitting podcast. What do I have finished? Not a lot. Not a lot. But I do have a couple things finished. I'm going to have to prop this up against my leg. Okay. Remember the Eiffel Tower? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower, I believe it is? I have it finished. It came out shorter than I thought. So this is probably going to be put in the car for Rachel, because this will fit her just perfect. But there. All blocked. All ready to go. Yay! Take it off and try to show some of the detail that I couldn't show last week because it was all just kind of mushed up. Okay, here's the lattice lace right there. And it's on the button. And once again, I cannot tell you who is by. I have forgotten. And seeing as my husband's on the Mahjong, well, even if he wasn't on the Mahjong, I wouldn't look it up. Because I'd rather spend time with you than looking it up on the Kindle. So, Dinner at the Eiffel Tower is all done. Yay. I wish I had more in the stash because I wish you could just reach through the camera and just kind of squish, squish. It is very, very soft, very squishy. But I think it's probably going to go for Rachel, or I might just take it in and have it when we have air conditioning for anyone who's there. Our church is super air conditioned. Ask the girls. You'll be turned into a popsicle. I got one sock done. Okay, let me squish the heel up just a little bit so you can see. It's just a plain old anklet. I mean, my standard pattern. Standard. It's on size 2 needles. Don't ask me millimeters because I can't tell you this very second. Okay, it's Red Heart, Heart and Soul with aloe. Oh, it's size US 2, which is 2.75 millimeters. I cheated. It's there. Oh my goodness, what? Faded jeans. Oh, it kind of does look like faded jean, doesn't it? This is what it looks like in the ball. I gotta tell you, I cast it on, and I thought, the more I knit, the more I liked it. So, I have cast on for the second sock, so there will be no second sock syndrome for me, like there ever is. I don't think I've ever really... No, I don't suffer from second sock syndrome. Yeah. So, cast that on. I have another finished object, but I don't know where. Oh, there it is. I don't know if Catherine and Lindsay met Kim, but she's in my knitting group, the knitting group I go to at My Luma Yarns. Well, her husband's being deployed, and the poor thing's going to Hawaii. Yeah, break my little heart. But moving, I mean, it's a very stressful time. It really is. And I have been hard-pressed what to do for her to say goodbye. I hate saying goodbye. So I choose really not to say goodbye. I just keep, I just keep my friends. That's all to it. There's no saying goodbye. But I found this bag in Creative Knitting. It's November 2008. And there's supposed to be a leaf pattern on here. And I really don't want to do a leaf pattern. I have buttons. And I'm thinking of doing a line of buttons. Double stacking them, doing button flowers. And I'm thinking of just letting my imagination go with my embroidery needle and decorate the living heck out of the front. This was a fast knit up. This was a 2-day knit up. It felted beautiful. I used a size 10.5, small, 16-inch circular, 10.5, and it was Lion Brand's Fisherman wool. I had this skein laying around. It was in my stash. It felt up like a dream. I mean, look at that. It even felted up in a front-loading washing machine. Normally, when I felt something, I have to put it in 3, 4, 5 times because I have the worst luck. My next washing machine will be a top loader because I am done with the front loader. This felted with the front loader. I am really impressed. But right now, I have the odd hairs that are sticking out. You take a look at it and it's like, oh, there's a hair, and you're pulling it off. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm going to need to give it a shave before I give it to Kim. So you won't see this again. I finally decided last Thursday what I was going to do for her. And it took me a while to collect everything. And I just felted it last night. So I will be putting the buttons on later on tonight, and I'll give it to her Wednesday when I go to knit group. Yeah, what do you think? Is it a good goodbye gift? I think so. Well, of course, if I didn't think so, I wouldn't have made it. But I am thinking of tucking some hexapuff little skeins in. Yeah, she's doing the hexapuff. What is it? The beekeeper's quilt. She's doing that too. So I thought I'll put the little hexapuffs in, and I'm going to decorate, embroider everything around, and put buttons on. Let me know what you think. You think it's a good going away present? I mean, even if you say, no, I quite frankly think it stinks, I'm still going to give it to her because I have nothing else. But your opinion matters. It does. What am I working on now? Well, once again, I'm working on the sock. And I got sleep in my eye. I am working on the sock. I am working on the Preemie blanket. Yes, I still have my Preemie blanket going. The rows are longer, so they're just taking a little bit longer to do. But I'm still working on it. I'm on the edging. I'm probably going to do this edging, and it's just a double moss stitch edging. I am probably going to do this for about 2 inches. I want it to lay nice. And quite frankly, I needed something besides just plain knitting. I did. I needed something to think on. What else? I have one other thing that I'm working on. Now, if you ask Catherine, she'll be able to tell you exactly what yarn this is, because I can't. I forgot. I had balled this yarn up before the girls went off to school. And if you give me a second, I'm going to get to the end of this row. And like a dumb bunny, I did not put the name tag anywhere around it. Well, in my defense, I could have probably put the name tag in a bag with it, but in my stash, it wouldn't have lasted long. I mean, with all the rooting around that stash gets, it would have been lost anyways. So maybe that's what I was thinking eventually. I got in the shawl mood, oh my goodness, about 3-4 days ago. I just needed a shawl to work on. I had finished the Eiffel Tower, and I'm still working on the Even Star, but that's really intense. I needed, that's too much thinking. That really is. That's nothing but lace. I'm enjoying it, but I can't let my guard down. It's not TV knitting. Oh, no, 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 no. There is no watching the TV and knitting on the Even Star. Not if you don't want to have to think back about 25 times, which I've had to do. I wanted a small shawl. I wanted a shawlette to go around my neck to go with a couple of the shirts that I have. Now, I love this yarn. Since Catherine used it on her crochet jacket, I have loved it. I ordered it, and I have been extremely happy with it. This is the second project I've gotten up. I think I did the traveling woman in it before. I'm not 100% sure. It's just a side-to-side shawl. Let me see. Okay. I found this edging pattern in one of my books, and I have been intrigued by it. I have wanted to knit this pattern. I mean, I have really wanted to knit this pattern up. So I had to design this shawl to go with this edging. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to block out beautifully. I am not quite halfway through. I mean, it's a good amount, but I want it a little bit longer so it will go around my neck and then drape back down. So I'm thinking about in the 10 inches, and then I'll start decreasing and coming down. This has been absolutely wonderful to knit on. Size 3 needles. This is, I think, Fiesta, and it's a Knit Picks. Ask Catherine. She'll know. She'll just go like that. Because I don't even have it in my Ravelry yet. I haven't even started a page on it because I've been too busy knitting it and too busy with life. I love it. I absolutely love it. If you want a copy of the edging so you can do your own, let me know, because I can copy the chart that I have for it. I mean, it's just a diamond edging. I can probably come up with something right out of my memory, but it just works. It really does. I mean, have you ever taken a look at a sweater or a shawl or a tablecloth and going, no, I don't like the rest, but I really like X. I like that one part. Yeah, that's what happened with this one. I just went, ooh, I like it. So there we go. It's knitting up nice and even too. I think once it's blocked, it is going to lay really well. So that is my adventure in knitting right now. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. You know, when I was laying everything out to show you that what I've been knitting, it's like I don't really have a lot, but keeps me happy. Well, I promised to get you out under 25 minutes, and I am sadly not doing that. Sorry. I will sign off so I don't bend your ear too long, but I just wanted to send out a huge thank you to everyone who has sent in a blanket, who is sending a blanket, who is working on a blanket. Thank you. Your kindness is really, really going to make a difference. I can't tell you how pleased I am that a baby's going to be wrapped in love. It's going to be wrapped in your stitches of love. It's amazing. It's amazing that we as knitters, crocheters, quilters, seamstresses can put a blanket in a box and send it to a person that can be taken to the hospital, and it's going to mean so much to a little baby and their parents. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Knitters and crocheters rock. And that's all to it. Okay, I have got to get going. Otherwise, it's going to run way too long. Please take care of one another. I hope you have a little time to knit and crochet. I look forward to your messages. So, until next week, adios.